Hello folks, this is John Oakes here with Hankster's Hot Rods here in our Homer City, Pennsylvania location. And today we're going to be going over our newest addition to our inventory. Now this car comes to us by way of consignment. So that's kind of how we're marketing this, as a consignment car. If after the video, if you have any questions, any concerns, need any more photos, videos, anything at all, definitely reach out to us there and we'll be more than happy to get you anything and everything that you're looking for. This particular car here, this is obviously a 1968 Chevrolet Camaro. It is badged with all the Z28 emblems. It is not, though. We know that from the VIN number being a 123 VIN, but it is badged as such just to kind of give it that look. And it does have a very, very good look here for this car. Obviously, as you can see here, done in the apparently the Hugger orange here and the white stripes. Again, a very nice color combination for one of these 68 Camaros. Again, we're going to have all of the Z28 badging. So you're going to see badging here on the front fender. As we walk back, you're going to see the Camaro script emblem on the back of the front fender. Obviously, we can see things, and we'll see it a little better as we get to the front, but the chrome front bumper, the bright work here, which includes the wheel lip moldings on all four corners. Obviously, those chrome wheels, which we'll talk about here in just a minute. And then all of your molding and trim, the bright work and so forth, the rocker moldings, all of your molding and trim around the windows. Now, the exception would be the rain gutter moldings up here, drip rail moldings. They did color match those on the car. So again, those will kind of blend in real nice for you on this particular vehicle. And also the mirrors on this particular car. We do have both driver and passenger side chrome mirrors, these round mirrors with the Chevy bow tie emblem on them. Again, those are in good condition as well. We'll go back to these wheels here and talk about them for a minute. These are 15-inch. Obviously, you can see they are the chrome rally wheels, just a slightly bigger size, bigger width than what typically would be on the car, but it gives it a real nice look, real nice stance all the way around on the car. And of course, they do include those center caps there. As far as the tires go that's on this car, these are all BFGoodrich Radial TAs. Up front, the size on those is 215, 65 R15s. And then of course, out here on the back, we also have the BFGoodrich Radial TAs, and those are 255, 60 R15s back there. As far as panel fitment and alignment on the car, all of that is pretty good on this vehicle here. As you can see there, you'll see the gaps all the way around here on the doors, both on the front as well as on the back side of the door. You can see that the body lines all match up. As far as the glass goes, glass is all tinted as far as the side windows, quarter windows, and you'll see that the rear glass is also tinted when we get back there. All of your glass, no scratches, cracks, or any chips out of any of the glass there. As far as getting to the interior here, now we'll open this door up and take a peek inside. It's going to have the all black interior, obviously black upholstery there on the seats, front buckets with the headrests. It does have the Camaro Sport style steering wheel there inside. It also has a full-length center console, 4-speed Hurst shifter. The actual dash in this car, first off, the pad itself is in very good shape. There's no cracks or anything like that in that dash pad. As far as the gauges go, in the normal gauge positions, they did go ahead and swap those out with a set of AutoMeter Phantom white face gauges. You've got the 160 mile-an-hour speedo as well as the tack over there beside it. If you look down to the center console, you're going to see that there are 4 gauges in the center console, and those are going to be for the most part all AutoMeter Pro Comp gauges. I think all except for maybe one is a Pro Comp gauge, but you're going to have your gauges like your oil pressure, your water temperature, voltmeter, and fuel gauge all right there. Of course, up front we do have the seat belts there for you, the carpeting cladding is in really good shape here. No rips or tears there, obviously. Really don't see any fading whatsoever. All of your weather stripping up along the roof edge here for the glass, and your quarter window vertical seals here, those are all in good shape. It even has the door jamb use seals here. Door panels are in good condition too. Weather stripping all the way around the door panels, that is in good shape as well. So we'll close this up. Again, that shuts very nice and easy. Nice solid thud there when you close it. Again, everything shuts very nice because of how good everything is all lined up on the car. I've already mentioned our wheel lip moldings. We'll come back here to the rear of the car now. You'll see that we do have the chrome rear bumper. Our tail lights, the actual lenses are in good shape with no chips or cracks in any of those. The bezels, for the most part, are all in good shape. The black around the emblems maybe could use a little bit of touching up. They're showing a little bit of age there, but again, you know, no major issues there with that. As far as the trunk area goes, you can see here we do have that rear trunk spoiler there. You can see the white stripes that do adorn the actual hood, and back here on the deck lid itself, as I mentioned, we do have the rear glass there also tinted with the molding there all the way around. If we look at the tail panel, the one thing that you are going to not see on this particular car is the fuel fill cap. That has been removed. As you can see, it is all solid back here. So they have filled this in back here. They've actually done a real nice job with the body work here. Put the Z28 emblems back here on the tail panel. And then of course your rear lower valance, that is in good shape. Now let me just grab the key real quick because we're going to take a look inside of the trunk there. Whoops. I forgot it's over here on our shelf. Let me grab that. Just bear with me. So when I open the trunk up, you're going to see it is in good shape. No issues there. All solid. Just got to get the key in the right way here. There we go. Okay, so the lock does work with the key. Trunk lid itself does hold up on its own with the trunk spring. Underside of the trunk, done that same hugger orange as the rest of the car. As you can see, all your weather stripping here all the way around is in really good shape. Your drip rails and rain gutters and so forth, all your water channels here, all good and solid. So again, you're not going to get any kind of water or anything inside the trunk area. Now here is the biggest change on this car. It just has a fuel cell, and it is one of the plastic or like the poly style fuel cells here. Everything's wired up nice here on it. Again, that's where you're going to fill the fuel. As far as the actual floors in the trunk, the floors are good and solid. No issues there whatsoever. So that's pretty much a look at the inside of our trunk. And then just in case you wonder, there has been just a small provision made through the floor so that those all of your fuel lines and so forth can be run up to your fuel cell there. So that is the inside of the trunk. Let's put, there we go. And then we'll walk around now to the passenger side. Again, as we look up the sides of this car here, again, the sides look really nice and straight all the way from front to back, back to front. Again, we've already gone over wheels, tires, and so forth. You can see, you know, the condition and everything on those, not only in our video, but also in our photos there, by the way. You can see the gaps here also on our passenger side door. See both the front and rear, actually pretty nice gaps, and you can see everything lines up there as far as the body lines. I've already mentioned those mirrors here, so you can get to see that one. The glass in those mirrors are in great shape too. Again, passenger side glass is in great condition. No chips, cracks, or scratches there. You got that color matched drip rail moldings there, and then the bright work down below with those rocker moldings. Let's open this door up. That way you get to see the interior from both sides. So again, door panels are in good shape for a 68 Camaro. You got your weather stripping here. That's all in great shape. All of it up along the top edge there too. That is all in good shape. You can see the carpeting. Again, no rips, tears, no fading. The actual seat upholstery itself is in good condition. Headrest, no splits or cracks in any of that. Again, now you just get to see the other side of the center console and the other side of the dash here over where the glove box and so forth is. It does also have an aftermarket AM/FM CD player. I believe that's I think it's a Kenwood if I'm not mistaken. And it does have a set of Sony XPLOD speakers back in the rear package tray. They look to be a 6x9 speaker back there, 2 of them. So we'll close this. Again, that shuts nice and easy, and we'll just kind of walk our way now up to the front of the vehicle now. Again, it's got all the matching emblems here when we get to the front. Again, no surprises here. Everything looks good. Your front grille here all looks to be good, all intact, nothing broken. Z28 badging here on the grille. Your marker lights, your parking lights, and your headlights. All of that stuff is in great shape there. No chips or cracks in any of that. Nice chrome bumper there. And if we look underneath, you'll see it does retain that black front air dam or chin spoiler there. That just kind of completes that whole the aerodynamic look to the car for a 68 Camaro per se. As far as the hood goes itself, this is a steel 2-inch Cowl induction hood. As you can see here, it fits really well here being all steel. It's got the white stripes up over it too. The front windshield, that is in good shape also. No chips or cracks. Got themselves a nice set of windshield wipers here too in case you get caught in the rain. Let's go ahead now. We're going to open up our hood and then we will go through the drive line here. And oh, there it is. And this is where we have a lot of goodies here that we can go over on this particular car. So first and foremost, the underside of the hood, the insulation, all hung up there and tacked up exactly the way it should be. You don't see anything hanging down. That insulation is all in good condition. As far as this engine goes, let's go with the general stuff first. This is not an original motor by any means. This is a GM Performance crate engine. It is a 350 HO engine. This thing runs phenomenal. It's a great running little engine. You can see it does have the, it's kind of like a K&N style air filter. I don't know if that's the brand per se, but it is a reusable air filter. It does have the K&N valve cover breathers on it as well. Nice set of chrome valve covers there. They are the center bolt heads also, so the Vortec head on it. A nice Edelbrock aluminum intake with an Edelbrock, I believe, AVS carburetor on there with the electric choke on it also, and that is all hooked up. As far as the ignition goes on this car, it's an MSD distributor with Accel super stock 8mm plug wires. It's the MSD 6AL box with the blaster coil from MSD as well. A very nice set of headers on this particular vehicle too. Not sure of the name brand. They have a very thick flange on them, so you won't get any warping there. They should seal up really good. They're a nice ceramic coated Shorty style header, dual exhaust all the way back with a nice set of Flowmaster mufflers on this thing. It sounds great. Obviously, you can see up front here, we've got the Cool aluminum radiator along with an electric fan here also. So that's going to be a very efficient cooling system for this particular car. It's got a nice set of aluminum pulleys on it, billet aluminum alternator bracket. It's got the like the serpentine style belt there. It doesn't have the V belt, which that's a much nicer setup there. Mechanical mechanical fuel pump, an inline fuel filter for you. All the heater lines plumbed up there real nice and neat. As far as the braking and the steering, it is a manual steering car, but it is power brakes, and it's disc up front, drums out on the back, and that's all complete. It's got the emergency brake all hooked up and everything there for you and functional. As far as the transmission goes, that is a Muncie M20 4-speed manual transmission. And then the rear end is actually a 12-bolt rear end, 12-bolt GM. It's got a 373 gear in it, and it is a POSI unit back there. So the driveline on this car is very, very nice as far as a 68 Camaro goes. So with that, we've kind of been all the way around on this car. As I mentioned, it is a consignment car, so in that aspect, it is just the price of the car, so it would not include the warranty and so forth. But very nice car here that we just went over. As you can see, what we're going to do now is get this up on the lift. We're going to show you that complete underside, so you get to see the drive line from the underside as well as the floors and suspension. And then finally, as we do with all our cars, we'll go ahead and get this thing fired up. Like I mentioned, definitely, if any other questions you have on this car, any other car that we have for that matter, or you need to see more photos, more videos, something like that, just always get in touch with us. That's our job, to do whatever it is that we can to help you in your purchasing process of your next muscle car. So please, that's all we ask, that you do that. Hit us up. We're here to help you. So hey folks, here we are once again back here on our lift. We've got our 1968 Chevrolet Camaro up on it, and we're going to go through this thing front to back just like we do all of our other vehicles and let you know exactly what it is. It's all underneath here as far as the drive line, the running gear, steering, suspension, wheels, tires, all of that information. So starting at the front, on this 68 Camaro, we do see that we have the front air dam, or the chin spoiler that some of them call it. That is in good shape. There's no cracks in that at all. It's good. It's mounted up nice and solid there. Again, that kind of gives it a real nice look as far as the rest of the car goes. As far as our front subframe section here, nice and straight over here. Doesn't look like this has ever been hit on anything. Of course, this is a very important piece because all of your suspension all mount off of it. As far as the suspension goes up front here, you've got pretty much all of your stocks OEM components here. So your upper and lower control arms, those are just your OEM stamped steel components. The front shocks, the springs are all in good shape. Everything's been kind of looked over. All the shock bushings and mounting hardware, all in good condition. This car does have, it is a manual steering, I believe, power brake, I think, car. I'm not sure. I'd have to look at the information again, but we'll have it on our website, all of the specifics about the car. But nonetheless, it is a disc brake up front, drum brake out on the rear of the car. As I look underneath here, I do see that the emergency cables, emergency brake cables, are all hooked up on it, all the way from the front all the way back to those rear drum brakes. Again, tie rods, your drag length, pitman arm, all of which for the steering is all in good condition here on this car as well. Now on this particular vehicle here, we'll take a look at the wheels and the tires on it next. As far as the wheels go, this car has a really nice look to it. It's got the wider all chrome steel rally wheels here. So again, kind of that stock appearing, but you've got it in the chrome. It does also have those center caps there for the wheels. And then of course, as you can see, we've got a set of BFGoodrich Radial TA tires on here. And let's take a look at the size there real quick for us. The size is a 215/65 R15. So that's what you got up front as far as the whole front end goes. Now, since I'm right underneath the center of the car, we might as well talk about the engine. And this is a real good point on this car. This is a GM Performance crate engine. It's a 350 HO crate motor. So this thing, it is practically new in this vehicle. This is going to be a good running motor for a long time for you. Of course, you know, the oil pan's all new too. No leaks or drips there. Your transmission, this is going to be a manual 4-speed, particularly a Muncie M20 transmission 4-speed. Again, a lot of you guys out there looking for these Camaros, for most of these muscle cars just in general, are always looking for that 4 or 5-speed transmission. This car has it. It's equipped with it right out of the box. As far as the exhaust here now that we can see back through here, it does start here up at the engine with a nice set of, they are the ceramic coated Shorty style headers. And then we do have a set of full dual exhaust all the way back to a pair of Flowmaster Super 44 mufflers. And then of course it does have tailpipes that do bend up over top of that rear end correctly, and then they exit out between the leaf spring and the quarter panel. We will see that a lot better as we work our way towards the back of the car. As far as the frame and the floors go on the car, the frame looks to be very straight back through here. Your body mount bolts and bushings back here are all in great shape. The floors themselves look to be pretty solid. I do see maybe one little spot, maybe two little spots here, just over here where there has been some repair done on it. Pinch welds for the most part nice and straight, and then the rockers look to be good and solid on the car as well. As with all these cars, of course, your brake lines and fuel lines are run along the edges here right next to those pinch welds, and this car does have the frame stiffeners on them also, so that's going to help tighten everything up, make this car a lot more rigid too, so there's no give in that unibody style car. As far as drive shaft goes, of course, you see our drive shaft here. That is going to be a balanced unit, so it helps eliminate a lot of that driveline vibration that you might see in one of these vehicles. And then the rear end. This is a 12-bolt GM rear end here. It is a POSI unit with a 373 gear. So with this engine, transmission, and rear end combination, this is going to be an excellent setup for anybody to get out on the street and do some cruising with, just to enjoy the car. Far as the rear suspension goes, rear multi-leaf suspension. It does have a set of air shocks on the back of it, which again, all your bushings and so forth look really good on that. The air shocks are real nice because again, you can always just air the rear end up to the desired ride height you're looking for, and give it kind of a little bit of attitude there as far as that goes. The differential cover, if you want to come around to the back side here, the differential cover is one of those nice aluminum finned diff covers. So what that's good for is it helps dissipate the heat in the rear end that may be generated back there. So that's all good. As far as wheels and tires on the back, again, same wheel as what we saw up front, but as far as the tires go, same name brand, but now back here as far as a size, we have a 255/60 R15. And again, you can see the condition of the wheels there, all very nice there as far as all your wheel and tire go. And then once I come back in here to the center and you look up, the one thing that you're going to notice that, you know, obviously we definitely want to point out is the lack thereof of a fuel tank. Now again, you see the floor for the trunk, all good and solid, with the exception of there has been a hole cut out back here, and that is to allow for the fuel lines and so forth to come through from underneath the car. It does have a fuel cell in the trunk. Of course, when we did our walk around video for you, you would have seen that. You know, I would have pointed that out for you, but that's the only thing really that's been, you know, like a major change per se on the car. They just elected to pull the stock fuel tank out and then put that that fuel cell in the trunk. As I mentioned before, you've got the exhaust all the way back here, exiting between the quarter panels and those rear leaf springs. Frame sections back here are nice and straight as well. So with that said, we've been through the entire underside of the car. What we'll do at this time now is we're going to go ahead and get this on the lift, or get this down off the lift, I should say, and we're going to fire this engine up, let you hear what that GM Performance Crate 350 sounds like, along with this exhaust with those Flowmaster Super 44 mufflers there. Now, one other thing I do want to call out, and that is, as with any of these classic muscle cars, from this era, you know, we want to make sure that you're going to be happy with your purchase. So if you're seeing everything that you need to see through all of our photos and our videos, because we definitely do try to do as good a job as what we can in presenting the car to you. If there is at all anything that you want to see more of, or more in depth as far as photos, pictures, anything that we can maybe, you know, get you more information on, definitely reach out to us by way of phone, text, or email. That's what we're here for. We're here to help you along your process of buying your next classic muscle car. So we will do anything and everything that we possibly can to assist you in helping you decide on the next muscle car for you. So with that said, and without further ado, let's go underneath the hood, fire this up, and let you hear what this motor sounds like.